Ladies and gentlemen, you are here. The end of the anniversary is here. There's not a whole lot of time left, but there is still a little bit more content to be had. How much? Well, that remains to be seen. But today we're going to be going over what stuff we can come to expect, some things that we're hoping for, some things that should be happening, because there's still a good amount that needs to happen. And yeah, I know that this is not going to be a video where I am giving my opinions about the anniversary, because Lord knows I got a lot. And you guys have probably heard it, because I have been trying to hold on to it, but it has been very difficult to not be cynical and pessimistic and overall a little grumpy during this celebration. All things considered, my personal life, and of course with the anniversary. So I'm going to save that for another video. I'm going to do my best to compartmentalize and absorb the aggression. And we're just going to go ahead and talk about what's coming up. So since we are here, we are just a couple of days out of the last content drop that we had, which was around here. Because as you guys know, we had the Blues EZA, we had Burst Mode, we had, what else do we have? Clash, we had the Greatest Tours. To be fair, Greatest Tours has actually been pretty fun. It's long form event, along with short form content, sort of mixed together. And if you want to exit out before it takes too long, you can exit out, which is actually a pretty cool thing. I feel like that's a very underrated part of the event that not a lot of people really talk about. One of the issues with long form content is that people don't like sitting around for 20 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever, right? That was a big complaint for some people during the 10th anniversary. This stuff is long. I don't want to be sitting here doing all this for 20 hours. It's a mobile game. I want to go away after 10 minutes. What's great about this event is that if you need to leave, you can exit off the freeway as soon as you need to. Well, not as soon as, but like when you finish the fight. So after you fight General Lud, if something comes up, you got to leave. All right, bounce, boom, exit. You get the reward for that, you're done. If you get to Baby's fight, you finish the baby fight. Oof, that took forever. You know what? I'm gonna leave now. I'll do the rest some other time. Okay, I'll leave. Not that you can come back to where you just left off, but you can leave here and you don't have to worry about quitting the thing, not getting credit. It's actually pretty cool. So the more that I think about it, the more I actually like that event. It's what makes me then sort of irritated is the fact that they took their sweet time to actually give that to us. But I think the reason why they gave it to us so late is because it was meant to be something that is dropped close to, if not at the same time as the Spirit Bomb Z, Spirit Bomb GT. If you were to ask me, I think these guys were supposed to drop at the same time, but they didn't drop it because Dokkan dumb. I don't know. So as far as what we should be expecting, let's start by taking a look at the Rick post here. So he has been updating the home screen banners in terms of their timestamps and how long it's going to be taking for this stuff to be getting updates. So as you can see here, the most recent or the closest date change is going to be on the 26th, which is basically what we were expecting anyway, because that is 7 days after the last content drop. This should be the final content drop before the end of the anniversary, because around the 5th is when the anniversary not ends, but most of the stuff will stop, and then we'll be jumping into the transitional Dokkan Festival celebration that happens in between anniversary and Saiyan Day. Saiyan Day is going to be happening March 18th. That is a yearly tradition. But before that, there's going to be about a 2-week gap. And so there's going to be a slight overlap between the anniversary and this, but it'll only be about 5 days. And during those 5 days, most of the stone sales and stuff like that, that is all going to be concluding. Stone sales are going to go away. Clash is going to be going away, among other things. And then like the full official end of the celebration for the 11th anniversary will be on the 10th. And so that'll be about 5 days into this next Dokkan Festival. So that'll kind of minimize the amount of time where the Snooze Fest will be the only thing out there. And then after that, we will transition into Saiyan Day. Saiyan Day is one of the higher tier celebrations in the grand scheme of things. Not that it is like the go-to, the de facto celebration, but like in the entire year, tier 1 would be anniversary, right? Tier 1 would also be GDC. Tier 2 would be the new Tanabata celebration. Tier 3 would be Golden Week. Tier 4 would be Saiyan Day. And then after that, everything else falls at the bottom tier. So Saiyan Day is still one of the more premier celebrations, but still not on the same level. And probably after the anniversary, you're not going to want to be summoning too much. But anyway, that being said, that sort of establishes our time frame. So as far as what we're expecting here, it looks like the Greatest Tour thing is going to be receiving an update on the 26th, which leads me back to what I was talking about when it comes to Spirit Bomb Z, Spirit Bomb GT. Everybody is expecting these guys to get their EZAs, so they should. Spirit Bomb GT got its own respective event with the Greatest Tours GT Edition. This is stage 1. That means there's going to be more stages in the future. Since this is only for GT, I think this was meant for Spirit Bomb GT. And we're gonna get a second stage meant for Dragon Ball Z, so that this guy, Spirit Bomb Z, can get his shine. The question will be, will it be an entire tour of Z, or will it just be Majin Buu Saga? My guess is it's going to be the entirety of Z, because this has nothing to do with Spirit Bomb GT. This has nothing to do with, only this really does, right? So I think that we're going to get a second version of this, and it's going to be for all of Z. Raditz, Nappa, Vegeta. They might even split it up. Since it's the second stage, maybe it'll be a little bit more challenging, although I guess they can't necessarily play favorites here. If they were to make the second stage challenging and it were to be Z-coded, then that would imply that this is the superior EZA. So actually, it would have to be the same. So if they split up the Metarildo equivalent as Nappa Vegeta, they would have to be weaker collectively than this, I think. So it would be Raditz, Nappa Vegeta, the various forms of Frieza, although this doesn't quite cover it. First form, second form, third form, final form, full power. So, ooh, maybe they add more and they make them all weaker, or they just take away one, they take away first form or something. I don't know. Let me go over here. This would be Android Cell Saga. So this would be like imperfect cell, semi-perfect cell, perfect, super perfect. Ooh, that's a lot of stages. I don't know. I don't know what they'll do for this, but we'll see. And then the final one would be all of Majin Buu Saga. Fat Buu, Evil Buu, Super Buu, Buuhan, Buu Tanks, Kid Buu, you know, all of the different Buus. That would be over here. Would it be that lengthy, or will it be the same sort of format as this? It might actually just be this. We don't know. So that's my guess. I think that's what we're going to be getting, and that will mean more stones. How many more stones? 1 plus, what is all this? 5, 16? 16 stones. Sounds good to me. Okay. This one looks like it's JP only, the campaign banner changing. Now, I don't know what this could necessarily mean, why they would do this. The only thing that I could think of would be perhaps it's going to change into some sort of like new wallpaper thing that kind of fits whatever the new reward is going to be. So what I'm saying with that is, when we cleared Greatest Tour, we earned a wallpaper. That wallpaper was the split screen that you see on the login, where it's UI Royal Blue on one side and the Super Saiyan 4 is on the other. Maybe they give us another wallpaper that commemorates part 1 and part 2 together, and maybe that's what the second reward is. I don't know. So I'm not gonna really think too much into this one. JP only getting this but not global. I don't know. This one doesn't really bother me too much. This March 3rd, this is in reference to the Super Multi discount that's going to be going away, which is what we expect. The Super Multi discount for the part 2 banners go away on the 2nd for me. Rick lives on the other side of the world, I believe. So for him, it's a little bit later, but also it's GMT, so that makes sense. And this also makes sense because if the summons for the next celebration is going to be starting on the 5th, we don't really want to be having these discounts going on. The full price versions of these summons will still exist. You will still have access to the part 1, part 2 banners while this starts. Going back here, Clash ends on the 5th. Okay, we might get another Clash potentially during that next monthly Dokkan festival. And then what's going on over here? March 10th, all of this goes away. So that's basically what I was saying. The informal end of the anniversary is the 5th. The true ending for the anniversary is the 10th. Okay, so now let's go through some other stuff that we should be expecting. Player Choice Battle should be dropping during this next and final content drop. The 11th anniversary, that's what they said. Dokkan's Ultimate Player Choice Battle will be happening during the 11th anniversary. What will that entail? 2 different stages. Global's vote for what sort of format they want. We did these votes, right? JP and Global had 2 different results. So Global will be getting a long form fight with multiple super attacks, clear with 6 characters of a certain category. JP chose a super long format with multiple super attacks, 6 characters of the same category. So it's basically the same thing, only this one is a little bit longer for JP. So that will be coming up. How many stones we get from that one? I don't remember how much we got for the last one for GDC, but it was probably like 15 stones or something like that. I don't know. Could be. Oh, we already did that one. What's over here? Oh, yes. So this one, big announcement. The final adjustment to the Red Zone series is going to be happening in just a couple of days. You guys remember this? The recycled content that they considered new content during the 11th anniversary? Yeah, this. So what they did during Countdown, I believe, is they discontinued all individual separate red zones and they consolidated everything with the exception of this one into one mega umbrella ultimate red zone. This resulted in over 150, well, this was like 175 stones to obtain by simply doing these events over. What didn't change? The category mission completions did not change, meaning before these events were discontinued individually, if you completed their respective category missions, clear Broly with 6 movie heroes, clear Kid Buu with 6 Majin Buu Saga, all of those missions stayed completed. The only things that were reset was the completion status. So if you did each event once before the discontinuation, you were then able to do it all again after the discontinuation and the reset. That is the same thing that is going to be happening to the Artificial Lifeforms Red Zone event in 2 days. I was looking actually in game, and you can see when you go to the events tab, you can see that the event is going away very soon. You go down here, Artificial Lifeforms, there you go. Remaining 3 days. This was planned. This was something that they accounted for before. So just to let you guys know, if you're trying to get those first time completions on these events, get them done before Monday the 23rd at 11:59 p.m. PST, basically in under 2 days. You are missing 6 stones are at stake. So if you can't do this, don't panic too much. It's only 6 stones that are going to be lost. But what I would recommend is that you ignore the category missions and simply focus on beating these events. If you want to know exactly what they do, you can check out my videos. I've cleared all of them with no new units for Artificial Lifeforms, so you can check out those videos on the channel. I will be doing another full set of all of these missions post reset, and then that will be a part of this mega long supercut. I'm planning on releasing like a 13-hour supercut of all the red zones in one video, time-stamped and everything, and I was going to do the same thing for Blue Zone. We'll see. Hopefully YouTube doesn't explode when I try to do that. But yes, so if I'm going to post a link to this boss data page in the description. You guys, all you have to do is click on this and you'll get to this page. You can click on each one and you can see exactly what their typings are, what they do. This is no secret. This event has been around for a while. And what I would recommend is that you forget about the category missions, just try to beat the event. So if you've got like physical UI, bring physical UI so that your ultimate final boss on this Rildo fight is against Int. You could just destroy him. Or like when you get to Bio Broly, you're fighting a dude that can do a ton of damage. So bring units that can dodge, units that have type advantage, you know, whatever you got to do to get the job done. I will post all of this in the description so you guys can go click on it and check it out. Cell Max, the same thing. If you can't do it, not a big deal. It's only 6 stones, but try to just complete the event once. And that, I believe, is everything. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, you know what? There's one more thing. So we might get this. And I was actually thinking about it because we haven't had a free-to-play LR. That has been a very noticeable missing thing during the celebration. I think that there's still a chance. And I might be full on coping here, given how poorly they've handled the celebration. I think there is still a chance that we can receive a free-to-play LR during this celebration. Note how the last time we got a free-to-play LR during a major celebration like GDC, it wasn't handed out in the same sort of conventional sense that we've used to seeing these like LRs given to us. Nova Shenron from GDC was given to us straight up as an LR, right? So that leads me to believe that if they are still to give us a free-to-play LR, they could totally do the exact same thing that they did just like during GDC. And I'm trying to find that right here. Because we got the free-to-play clones. Yeah, right, this one. This was a great event. This one and the free-to-play clones thing was a really fun event. You were just running through the event to recruit straight up LR Nova Shenron. So I think that there's actually still a chance that we could receive an LR. Would it happen this late? The chances are probably low, but I think it's doable. Also, I still can't ignore the fact that when they were showing the demo for the Super Saiyan 4 Goku Vegeta, as also pointed out by some of you guys in the comments of these videos, there's an Int Gohan here or a Vegeta. I still can never tell. I'm pretty sure it's Gohan. And an AGL Goten. These are brand new characters we've never seen before, but they are on the next turn here. That's got to be something. Daima received 3 free-to-play characters, actually 4 free-to-play characters. There is no way that these dummies are going to go the entire GT Super Celebration without a single free-to-play character. There's no way. There's no way that they're not going to give us something for free during this. There's no way. Unless they're just trying to tank. Are they trying? This is not the NBA. We're not trying to tank to get some early draft picks next season. Dokkan, it's not like that, all right? You don't have a next season if you throw away this season. Well, you sort of do. But still, don't be dummies. So, you know, are they going to give us free-to-play characters? Will they be TURs? Will there be an LR in there? Maybe these 2 are 2 of the 3 free-to-play characters that we're going to be getting. Because remember, Daima got 3 Tamagamis. Also Majin Du. Okay. Let's just say, let's forget about Majin-Ku, sorry. Let's just forget about that and have it just be these 3. We need to match the 3 characters that all kind of correlate to one another with another 3 that correlate with one another. So if we go to part 2 during Super and GT, what trio would work? Well, considering we see already 2 of them, what would the 3rd be? Trunks? Oh God, is it gonna be LR Trunks? What if it is like LR Hanky Trunks? I don't know, but like, you know, that's what it could be. We'll see. So I still think that there is something waiting in the works for a free-to-play for the rest of the celebration. Am I being optimistic? Maybe. Am I coping? Sure. What else am I supposed to do? There's not much else to do during this celebration, and that is ultimately where we are. So for the next few days, hang in there. I will try to entertain you as much as possible with some videos and some streams, and we will see what we can do. I will be doing my summon reactions video that will be dropping hopefully in a few days. You guys can check out how all of your summons have been going, and then as we jump into the final chapter of this interesting celebration, you know, we will get whatever we get, and then we'll do a stone count, and hopefully I won't suck at math and screw up that video too. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, obviously like down below in the comments your thoughts on the 11th anniversary as a whole. Oh boy. And the 11th anniversary that is to come. What could we possibly get in this final chapter of the 11th anniversary that could maybe make up for the lack of pacing, lack of content? Do you expect anything good? Did I miss anything? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.